So last June, I bought an Etsy crochet pattern for a crossbody bag, and I decided that I was going to make a purse. That's how it started. It's always just an impromptu, spur of the moment decision. That one bag turned into 2 bags, and then I determined that I wanted a black version of that same crossbody. And so then I purchased black cord, the same kind of cord that I used on the previous 2 versions. And this project kind of sat on the shelf, collecting dust for an inordinate amount of time. We won't even clarify how long. It just sat there. And eventually, I decided that the best way to do it is just to start. And when else would you have a lot of time to just sit and do nothing but to crochet, except on a road trip? So, as you can see, I'm in a vehicle. I put the camera on the window, attached it in a very creative way just to get evidence that I actually crocheted over 2,000 single crochets to create this purse. All right, so that's the long and short of it. Let's talk about people who work with their hands. Okay, I do understand hand cramps. It's such an awkward motion to have to hold the cord in a way that you can access both the front row and the back row, and then maneuver it, because eventually it becomes too wide, or maybe not width is not the right word, but it becomes too long. And so then you'll see some funny finger gymnastics happening, and it's just me trying to navigate how the heck do you manage 14 inches worth of cord and also a crochet hook that has seen better days. Here you can see that I've got my tablet propped up in between my knees just so that I can have the reminder of what row I'm supposed to be on, what stitches I'm supposed to perform on that row. And this is just at the beginning. You'll see later that eventually it becomes rote. So after a couple thousand times, or even a few hundred times of doing the same stitch, then you kind of get into not a habit, but you get used to it. The maneuver, it becomes like memory. And so then the only thing that's left to do is just make sure that you're counting your stitches to make sure that, hey, each row is supposed to have 30 single crochets, and then I'm supposed to do a chain 1 and then turn. Here you can see that I was cutting the tail, and trying to make sure that the tail was wedged in between those 2 rows. If you imagine that you have folded a piece of paper in half, that is exactly what it looks like, where you still have both of those pieces being a wall of single crochets all the way up for 14 inches. I hope that makes sense. So it's basically 2 layers thick. And this becomes an issue later on when we get to hardware. But at this point, I am oblivious to the foolishness. I'm just trying to count my rows and count my stitches and make sure that I'm not making really silly mistakes. All right, so here's a different angle. You can kind of see what I mean. It becomes thicker, and it becomes very awkward to keep tension in your cord while also moving the the body of the bag or the shell of the bag in a way that you can get your hook through both the current front row stitch, but also through the back row stitch, and then finish the turn and do the single crochet. It was a time. I could work on this for, I don't know, maybe like 30 to 45 minutes at a time before my fingers would start to cramp. And then you just put it down, do something else, and the next opportunity that you have, you just pick it up. Like I said, I try to keep it with me to encourage myself to continue it and to finish it. I do believe that if I had just gotten into it for real, that I could have finished it in less than the time that it took me, which was a month. But I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at it. Here, the text is just repeating what I've already said. In order for the shell of the bag to be stiff, it's literally 2 walls of single crochets that are attached. And yeah, listening to audiobooks, listening to sermons, it definitely helped to get through it. And it's just enjoyable to not have to constantly be stuck in the algorithm, clicking through videos that have no real impact on your life. So we're proud of us. This is the finished 14 inches of the shell, and you can see by this point it was super thick. So if I was struggling with the thickness before, now I'm trying to connect 4 layers of cord together and hold them in place so that I'm not crocheting it wonky or catawampus. It was a time. I didn't record too much of this process because of how much I struggled with it. I realized too late that those first single crochets and the chains when you would turn on each row or at the end of each row, they were way too tight. And as a result of that, you can see that I'm like struggling, jabbing my finger with the crochet hook, trying to get it through each of those back loops. It was crazy. But we did it. My hands hurt a little bit afterwards, but we just charged it to the game. What else are you going to do? It was just awkward. But it had to be done because I wanted to wear this purse as soon as possible. You can see now all of the ends. Once I finished adding the 2 panels to the main body, I ended up having to go back and thread those loose ends into the fabric, and I went above and beyond. Like, I did not want it to come apart or to unravel or to have to burn parts of it like I did on the last bag. So I went in on getting those loose ends woven in. So you can see this is the final construction of the bag. In the back, you can see the previous 2 versions, and this was the hardware that I was originally going to add. But in order for me to get through those 2 panels, I had to add a slip stitch around this version and around the other version. As you can see, it's thinner. It allowed me to get the hardware on there, and I just didn't want to do that. I thought for a second that I could use these, I'm not even sure what to call them, this other locking or closing method, but again, the two walls of the cord just was too thick to do it. So I have to find an alternative way to close this bag, but it's done.